most seasons we do a little renovation, which is corrow it off, which is taking top off a pitch, top 20 mil. At the minute they're only doing 10, and then they're going to knock it to another 10 tomorrow to clean all the rest of it off that's on the pitch at the minute. And this is a process to take all your old weed grasses out, your annual meadow grasses and stuff like that, and all your build up of thatch that you get. More particularly now because we've had a wet winter and one thing or another, you know what I mean? And you get a lot of organic matter, dead grass and one thing or another. It's hard to believe, like, we have had some dead grass. And actually that's what muck salt top up. Now we've got a sand in it that's called fibre sand, and apparently that attracts a little bit more algae into top surface if you can't keep it cleaned out. And it's been difficult to clean it out this season, getting on with machinery and things like that, so that's where we are at the minute. I've been here 14, 15, can't remember, maybe 16 years. I love it that much. It's the earliest we've ever had a renovation done is this, as in normally we're in middle of June or even going into July sometimes. So starting this renovation now, this early, gives us more of a chance to get a really decent pitch in. We should be mowing this come start of June. We'll start mowing it. More you mow it thickens up. So Mick Doyle and his assistant don't sit in the stand and watch the grass grow, we're actually running up and down it. This is the most important time when you, for a football season for me, assistant Damien, we must try to grow this pitch in to the best we can, because that's what carries us through the winter like. This process now that we're on with, this has been in planning for maybe 3 months. And you need to be getting these lads in, the professional lads who know what they're on with, do various different football stadiums. Like a bit on before, everybody will do at least this process and then overseed it if they don't do nothing else to get all the rubbish out the top. So it is vitally important. You do start as early as possible, really. So as you can see, these lads are all back now. Mario is getting in his tractor to continue corrowing. Now we're on day 3 of the pitch renovations. We cleaned top off, took all vegetation off. Now we're on with these gravel bands here, I don't know if you can just see it. You won't see it, you might know, there's a thing called a whiz wheel on the car tractor. It takes the trench out about 15 mil, 10 mil wide, and that will go full length of pitch in between gravel bands we had in previous. So they were a metre apart, so these are going a metre apart. So we've now got gravel bands at half a metre apart, although the older ones will have slowed down a bit. And in them bands goes that, I don't know if you can see it, that's gravel that's 6 mil, and then that will be topped off with a clean sand. That will then connect with the primary drainage, the pipe drainage that we have underneath, and hopefully we start taking water through. Fingers crossed. Previous years, it's apart from, I can't remember the date like, but it was 6-7 years ago when we had that major where we put new pipe work in a month and another. That were quite a bit of money. Then it's more or less what we call basic, which is strip the top off so it's clean. We normally put 60 tonne of sand back on, verti-drain it and then overseed it, which is very, very basic, which most clubs, like I've said before, will do that. So we are spending a little bit more money this time with extra fibre sand and these gravel bands, as recommended by the STRI. So we're on day 4 now. We've gone to a metre apart with the gravel bands. We've now topped up with some sand. So to get that to half a metre with the old gravel bands, we're in between all that. So that's how it goes. It takes a groove out like that. As you can see, that all that then connects up with the bottom, like I've says. And then they come with a gravel, which is this. That drops into trench there. Trench is about 2 inch and a half. That's it, all connects up. And then this sand there, not this sand, but we'll cover that with more sand, as you can see that. And that's to help get water out of the top, and it should, fingers crossed, drain better next season. So that's where we are at the minute on what we're on, day 4. At the minute, we've just finished gravel banding, just finished topping up with soil, sand, and what we do now is, the ground's so compacted after we run up and down on it. It's not actually a rotor bearer, it's what they call a stirrer. Because with fibre, it's hard to work with. So this thing will stir it, but they've got to keep it just above the gravel bands and the sand bands that they've put in. So it's got to be at about 60 mil, and then what we'll do then, the next process is we're going to bring the fibre sand in, when I've done all the pitch like this, bring the fibre sand in, and then that'll be spread on it, and it's a similar process again that we'll cover later on. And this is day 5. you can see, we had a hell of a lot of rain Sunday evening, so the sand, fibre sand that is a lot better to work with. It's too dry, all the fibre comes out. So to be fair with the lads, we've done another run. This is the third run, and it's mixing in really well, as you can see. Today we're on the final sequence with the contractors. Mario is in the tractor. He's now putting the grass seed down, which is the most important thing apart from the drainage. Anyway, what it is, it's what we call a dimple machine that leaves little dimples in the fibre sand, and there's a little brush goes on after, and it knocks all the seed into the dimples, and then it germinates and grows. Hopefully it'll be through next Friday, which is about another 8 days, 7 or 8 days. It says actually a 5-way ryegrass. When I say 5-way, that's 5 different varieties of ryegrass. And as I've said earlier on, that's a mixture of ryegrass that's disease resistant, stands cold, stands being knee slided on one thing or another. I say knee slide because that's been of all of us groundsman's life. And apart from that, that's it now. But the other bit is, what we'll do then is we'll put what we call a wetting agent on. So, because it does dry out through summer, so there'll be like a wetting agent goes on. And once that seed's popped and chitted, as we call it, it's just showing, we'll put a pre-germination fertiliser on, which gives it a feed and then gets it going, and then it'll be fed nearly every other week. Eight days since we sowed the seed down. It struck in 5 days, which means it's taken. So we're like 8 days in at this now, and you might be able to pick some stripes up in it. We haven't mowed it. We've just knocked it down with a roller, back at machine. That's just to help it grab, root grab all the underneath. Well, I think it is, and that's what I do. As had a feed, I don't know if you can pick the little white dots on it, which is a pre-season fertiliser that just gives it a bit of grub like to help it kick on a little bit. So I'm looking at maybe getting first cut in another 8 days, to be fair, but conditions have been right, weather, bit of rain, bit of sun, bit of heat, so we're on his way. Well, what we'll do again, we'll continue another diagonal, a couple of straight runs, left to right, up and down, just to help consolidate it and push it in, and can sort of find where little dips and hollows are, and then we'll dress them out with some top dressing sand. Not that there's many in this time, because they've done a fairly good job, to be fair, and it's looking good. about 3 weeks ago, we started mowing. I think I mentioned it, rotary mower, which is a blade underneath the mower. I'm looking at mower here, but you can't see it. And then we were cylinder mower. We do about 4 or 5 rotary cuts. That's a cleaner cut. Then you get on with grass is fairly weak then, and then you get on with your cylinder mower then. And what we tend to do is do it nearly every day then. But with the weather being a bit cool now, I've dropped it down to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and then we'll see how we go next week. It's supposed to warm up. Process has been watching rain come down last night since hammered it down. I did clean it out with a rake yesterday. Might be a bit early, but you're still getting bits of dead grass in, so you're going to get them dead grass out so it doesn't cause you thatching top. So I did that yesterday, and today I'm going to mark the pitch out. I've already got the outer edge round, bands are down for 6-yard box, penalty area, marks, penalty spots and everything else. We'll talk you through that as we go through it. Pitch size is 100 metres long, 64.5 wide, so it is a little bit narrower than last season, but that's because I just wanted to bring it in because to wear it out there warming up, give them a bit more room. It is a small pitch, a small run-off. So that's where we are at the minute. We're 6 weeks in, like I say, growing, and we're 6 weeks off the Sunderland game. And by the time we get to Sunderland, we'll be all singing and dancing, we'll be all fitted up. We've had plenty of fur on. As you can see, there is a bit of yellow in it, where with all the rain we've had, it's washing fur through, so whether that's a good sign for drainage or not, I don't know. Fingers crossed. We're going to put the Dean on the penalty line, penalty box line. Next, what am I on, Damien?
9.14.
Which is about there. We'll guess it. I've had referees come and they tell me we need to be near this mill. But I tell them it's no good, we need to be bang on. We're on penalty spot there. And put the line out like this. Which is 9.15, oh, 14, I'm told. Now what we're going to do is, you'll have seen them on telly, dashes off at edge of pitch in corners. This is, you put a dash here, you put a dash over there, and it's for referee and linesmen and players and away players, and it's to keep the away players out of coming into this area, or the home side, or whoever's taking the corner, vice versa. So that area is clear. You might have seen the referee going, move. flags are in, corner flags. Just going to drop goals in now. And then we're ready to go in another 6 weeks. Thank you and good night. And I must say, the more longer I am a groundsman, the more lucky I become. That's all, folks. But the last thing I've got to mention is we've got a tilting system now on the pitch. And what happens is when we're playing at Cop in first half, it tilts up 45 degrees and rolls ball into goal. And then when we go in second half, we tilt it other way and it rolls it into other goal, and we're going to win 10-0 every game.